Welcome back and moving on to our second segment for today, talking about Sinai and the potentialities in Sinai. Talking about this important spot with all the facilities that it can provide, whether we're talking about, let me say, we have really different elements, or really when we can say diversification of the tourism product. Yes, it is in Sinai. Over the phone, we have Dr. Yehia Abdul. He's a tourism expert. Hello.
Hello, Ms. Nashu. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Fine.
Right. Talking about the potentialities in Sinai and talking about what can we have to highlight in Sinai when we talk about tourism in general.
Well, as we all know, Sinai Peninsula is a crossover link between Asia and Africa. It's the gateway, to the east for Egypt, where trade, migration, and warfare was taking over millennia. It enjoys diverse natural resources, fair weather, exotic beaches overlooking, Red Sea, Gulf of Aqaba, Mediterranean, and rugged mountains as well. It's very notable, that Sinai has been, homeland for the monotheistic religions, of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. So it has a great potential spiritually and physically as well.
Right. Talking about when we come to promote for Sinai, and we talk, for example, about different events taking place over there, talking about, for example, the ecotourism and how important it is nowadays that everyone is talking about it, and it is one of our competitive advantage if you want to promote also for different areas in Sinai.
Well, definitely, it has attractions, since, early pharaonic times. For example, it has the shrine and temple of Hathor, protectors of the workers in the Egyptian mines, extracting turquoise, malachite, and minerals. It has, religious sites, Mount Sinai, St. Catherine, and as well it has a fair weather year-round. Plus, for the past 30 years, it became a homeland for major world conventions, international conferences. Remember early, this year we had the World Youth Forum, held for the fourth time. There was over 5,000 participants, who enjoyed, all the sessions of this, a very energetic gathering of young men and women from around the globe. So Sharm el-Sheikh and Sinai has been having, a world reputation, to be hosting major events worldwide.
What about the water sports activities? And definitely we have a lot of things to take place in Sinai, and also the idea of preparing for more important international events to be hosted in Sinai.
Well, really, it has been endowed, the peninsula of Sinai, it's a prime location for aquatics, diving, snorkeling, parasailing, windsurfing, and it has exotic, coral beach and coral reefs as well. So, currently I've been watching, media release of, influencers and bloggers, they were enjoying safari tours, the beach buggies, the camel racing, the cycling. So it has been a very attractive location, as you already mentioned, for ecotourism and for enjoying, the water sports and the Sahara and the safari activities as well. And notably, shortly, next November, inshallah, we'll be hosting the COP27, the major, climate, conference worldwide. And this is a great event because at least 200 countries worldwide will be participating and flying to Sharm el-Sheikh at least for a week to attend the sessions, and make recommendations about upgrading the climate, for our planet.
Usually, people in general, they are following with all what is going on in Egypt, especially when it comes to the booming in infrastructure and all the economic projects that took place in Sinai in general. Definitely everyone is following. And from your own point of view, how can this promote for Sinai more and more? Even if we are not talking about the tourism product yet, we're talking about a real development taking place in Sinai. And definitely this is a point to be discussed, whether we are talking about tourists, holiday makers, just looking for Sinai and keen to learn more about all the developments taking place.
Well, really, the government has been taking special care, like of Sinai and the Red Sea resorts. For example, 3 years ago, the King Salman University, opened its campuses in Sharm el-Sheikh and in other areas as well, and Ras Sadr, these campuses, are serving as an international gathering for young men and women to come and get their degrees from there. They have, excellent medical facilities. They have top class, convention and meeting facilities and outlets as well. Plus, we have nearly all the international brands or the top hotel chains and corporates worldwide. We have first-class airports, that has been very highly, regarded and awarded by the IATA and UNWTO as well. So really the facilities in Sharm el-Sheikh is making it a first-class resort and venue for visitors, for vacationers, for holiday makers, for honeymooners, for conventions and meetings and sports. Apart from that, the government is currently developing the area near Mount Sinai and St. Catherine, building more hotels and tourist facilities for those who like to climb Mount Sinai and those who are interested, to pay visits to the shrine in St. Catherine in its vicinity.
Right, and I think this will add more for the idea of promoting for the incentive tourism as well.
Definitely, yes, yeah, because the meeting, the incentive, the conferences and exhibitions, it's a great location, really, because many companies worldwide are holding, this incentive meetings for the staff, in Sharm el-Sheikh and Southern Sinai and the Gulf of Aqaba and Dahab, Nuweiba. It's an excellent resort, for welcome.
Right. If I'm talking also about Sinai and the developments that took place over there, and we have also something that's really, again, of great importance regarding the infrastructure. Now we have many facilities for anyone who is visiting a place in Sinai that he still can move on from east to west easily and to enjoy the vacation in several places, especially that also the government and the leadership, Egyptian leadership, was keen to provide, when it comes to museums, for example, different museums with high tech that has been reopened and opened, whether new or museums that were reopened in different places in Sinai.
Yes, definitely, yes, because, just in the past 10 years, there was a great museum opened in Sharm el-Sheikh, so that is going to add, to the experience of the travelers. They can, spend, their times, and enjoy the aquatics, diving, snorkeling, swimming and fishing during the day, and then in the afternoon, they can spend 2 or 3 hours visiting the Sharm el-Sheikh Museum, as well as we opened another one recently in Qader as well. And then we have the protected areas, like in Dahab and Ras Muhammad and Nuweiba. These are pristine locations, for those who love, ecotourism and appreciate, pristine nature and wilderness.
Talking about the competitive advantage in all Sinai, what can you tell us?
Well, it's a unique location, because it is, I've been there during the winter, I've been there the high season of the summer, and it's a beautiful resort worldwide. It can be compared to Florida, in eastern USA, because it's an international resort where you have flights, you have, you can go by road, and you can cross, on the ferries from Saudi, from Jordan, from all over. There is the mega, international cruises that goes from the Mediterranean up to Dubai and Bahrain. So it has been like an access to world travel and visitors, and it has great effects, like sports, it's pristine, to go to religious tourism, for observation and meditation. So it has all kinds, it offers all types of attractions to an international visitors. Children, they come from, from East Europe and from Switzerland, from Germany. They play in the beaches as we watch them on TV. We have shelters, around the clock to Marsa Island, to Qader, to Sinai. So really, the whole Red Sea resorts, has been so popular with world travel and from visitors from the Gulf and Egyptians as well.
Dr. Yehia Abdul, our tourism expert, thank you very much for joining us. And I guess with this we come to the end of our breakfast show for today. Thank you all for joining us and stay tuned for more coming up on Nile TV International.